Such setups on the monthly time frame we don't get every day. That I became bullish all the way from right here, this whole resistance area all the way up to one. And that plan was, I discussed it, this breakup, why we are going to make it as a support. Foolish step, right? This is not a very good and disciplined way of trading, and we look for potential buys all the way from here because this is a very premature structure. Hello traders, welcome back to the channel. You are watching Aftab Forex. I welcome you again. I hope you guys must be doing very well. Today again I am here with a trading plan and trading educational video. In the last video what I discussed is how to make a trading plan, and I used my own Fibonacci ABCD pattern strategy and identified setups on the monthly time frame of the euro dollar, and then the weekly, then the daily, then the H4. So we have 9 time frames, my friends, and every day, each and every day, we get setups on the H1 time frame, we get setups on the M15, sometimes we get setups on the H4, sometimes on the daily, rarely on the monthly and weekly. So there are a lot of trading plans that we can actually trade and make it part of our trading plan, or like we can do it on any instrument we like. For example, I am demonstrating these particular techniques on the euro dollar, but you can pick any pair and do your analysis on that, and obviously find a trading setup. Then once you get a trading setup, let's suppose you don't get a trading setup on the monthly time frame, then you don't get a setup on the weekly, then you get a setup, let's say, on the daily time frame. So obviously if you get a setup on the daily time frame, you definitely will be, as a trader, taking that particular trade opportunity. But let's suppose you don't get any trade opportunity even on the daily, then what you can do is you go to the H4, and then similarly on the H1, M15, M5, M1, and I can guarantee you that on out of these 9 time frames you will definitely get a setup on either of these time frames. Sometimes you get it on the H1, sometimes you get it on the M15. I received lots and lots of messages on my WhatsApp number and in the comment sections of my previous videos, so that's why I am adding this or I am giving this educational video to all of you, so that even if there is any confusion in your mind, that will be no more after watching this video. So I will try to keep things a bit simple, and would like to keep the video length a little bit like not too long, so I know you guys then get bored. And I can also talk about this, that why you get bored and why you cannot wait for the market. That is a different psychological or trading psychology session. Soon I will be covering that, but first I think that I should give you these basic terminologies, that okay, this is going to be the proper way to identify the trading setups, right, my friends? So again, today I will be picking euro dollar, because I'm following this euro dollar all the way from right here 1.02. Well, I'm following it for years now, but this specific story that I picked, I'm following it from 1.02. You can check back my at least 2 months worth of weekly forecasts and any videos that I uploaded during this time frame. So Without wasting further time, let's jump into the charts and let me show you. This is like very simple technique, no hard and fast rule, nothing. And let's go. This is not the trading part yet. Okay, today I'm just showing you how to spot a trade setup. Then you can watch the trading plan video, and then after this I'm going to upload more videos on the same in the same sequence, so that it directly sits in the minds of everyone who have trouble understanding the setups, trouble making profits in the market, right? So euro dollar right here in front of you, all of the setups I have discussed in detail in my previous videos. So first of all, what I do is I am obviously going to delete some of these analysis, and I just want to focus on a very neat and clean chart, right? So friends, as I said, there are total 9 time frames, and right now I am on the monthly chart. Most of you will know that I became bullish all the way from right here. And how I became bullish? Because if you see this is an ABCD pattern. Sorry for the bad drawing. So the ABCD pattern. Now let me quickly do the Fibonacci stuff right here. We have a low from here, then a high, and then a correction, and then right here we have got a 61.8% retracement. Most of you know I enter at the 61.8% retracement, and here was the situation. So now the main part, and that is such setups on the monthly time frame we don't get every day, right? These are ones like, in how much time did we get this particular setup? All the way from when market moved from 1st of September 2022, then it go for a higher, then it came back down in 2025. So these setups don't form every day, and it was one of the golden setup that I communicated to all of you. So if we don't get such setups, how do we trade with the ABCD pattern? This is the most frequent question I get from all of you, and that's the reason why I am uploading this particular video, to show you that if there is no setup on the monthly time frame or any other time frame, how do we find a trade setup for ourselves? And then we need to decide that whether we trade it or not. That will be a different situation. Okay, so very simple. Let me quickly complete this ABCD pattern, and a pullback on the monthly. And on the monthly, if I complete this particular move, the AB equals CD will look something like this. And if even I show you as this looks a very nice and fantastic pattern as well, right? But such patterns we don't get every day. So as per this pattern, what it is suggesting us, it is suggesting us that the market is soon going to hit this previous resistance area, right? This whole resistance area all the way up to 1.22, and the initial sell off level will start at 1.19584. now if you are confused in this thing, make sure to check out my previous videos, or you can comment me and I will make a separate video on this topic, that why I will be looking for this level as a, or I will be identifying this zone as a sell zone. Why? What's the reason? So a new story, new video, right? Only if I get comments. Clear? Now one say we don't get such setups every day, and even I say we don't get such setups every day. So what should we do then? I say, okay, we are now sure that on the monthly market is going to do this. What we can do on the weekly is, now move on to the weekly. On the weekly, if we see, there are different things going on. Now here is a little bit of knowledge of the price action. How we can say where this particular structure was broken? Right here, if you see. Now as per this particular plan, we had a 61.8% retracement from where the market was supposed to go down, but it did not. Now there was one plan, and that plan was, I discussed it, this breakout, retest, and then the continuation towards the top. But let's suppose if someone say this is a way too bigger a long-term setup for me, what's next? So we just say, okay, we make this area as our support. Why we are going to make it as a support? You see a weekly failure right here. Okay, now what's next? Things are simple, very nice. Someone say we cannot trade the weekly, this is way too long term. I say okay, it's fine. There is no setup on the monthly right now, there is no setup on the weekly right now. If someone say right now, if someone say I want to take a buying decision right here, well, I will say this is a complete foolish step, right? This is not a very good and disciplined way of trading. So what's next then? I say okay, no problem, we have got a support right here, that's nice. And what other thing I will need is, I will need this break of structure right here near around 1.12228 approximately. I will be refining this level a little bit on the daily time frame. So like on the monthly time frame, monthly no setup at the moment. On the weekly there is no setup at the moment. On the daily, let's have a look at it. Now on the daily time frame, what is the setup? Let's move on. This is this breakout level. So on the daily time frame, it will be helping us decide our direction. So well, yes, on the daily time frame, one can easily say that okay, as per like very simple, no rocket science, let the market drop till here and we look for potential buys near 1.11, 10 and 1.12. Why? Because this level is previous structure. So this is a very nice previous structure at the moment, and if this market come back down, then on the daily time frame we can get some good trading opportunities to the buy side of the market. So right now again the same thing, what should I do right here? There is nothing for me, right? So there is nothing for me at the moment. So we say on the monthly, weekly, daily, we cannot do anything at the moment. And yes, on the daily this is one setup. Let's see if price drops, we can plan for a buy. Clear? Now move on to the H4 time frame, my friends. And this is one thing most traders, remember, make these mistakes. They say nah, if this candle is bullish, this one, we are going to buy from here. Well, I say it's not a disciplined one, but if you take a buy from here and place this much stop loss at a very bad zone, then why don't you wait for this chance? If it comes here, you can make fantastic profits. So try not to repeat this mistake again, right? Being my subscriber, being my audience, please don't repeat this mistake. Okay, now what's next? Move on to the H4 time frame. On the H4 time frame, if we see what is going on at the moment, well, nicely market, no doubt on the higher time frames market has to test 1.20 as per this plan. But what we can do on the H4 is, since this is our support, I am starting Fibonacci from here and dragging all the way up from to there. So the Fibonacci says that this level of 61.8% retracement, this 1.13430 can be a good buying zone. So now we say that okay, the daily is pointing towards a correction. If a correction forms on the daily, we look for a buy, and same is going on the H4. So and the H4 market should drop till here and then we can plan for a buy, right? So what we can do right here, Do you guys get my point? What we can do right here, can we trade it or not? Now this is one setup, and that setup is on the H4. It also tells us to wait and then enter right here, not blindly obviously. That is another topic, I will be covering it in another video. So the H4 is showing us this. Now the best part, and that is moving on to the H1. Let's see what we get. Is there any sort of ABCD? Now if you see market, when it started its rally all the way from here, took a retest. You see this retest, then again a retest, then again a retest on the H1, and then a bullish rally, and the market stopped there. Now we cannot sell the market all the way from here because this is a very premature structure. So what we can do is we can look for an ABCD pattern. Now the ABCD pattern, and that is right here. Again this same impulsive wave and this same H1 time frame ABCD pattern. And if we see, the market is pointing towards 1.14284. Now we say, okay, we are planning for a buy from here, we can plan for a buy from here, but again the H1 says it's on a wait. Moving on to the M30. Now on the M30, if I show you, there is something, and there is a break of structure, a retest and a continuation down. So now we get that perfect entry. And even if we do the Fibonacci stuff all the way from here on the M30, see on the M30 market is dropping. It has created a sort of a structure, and obviously it go back up. Let's have a look at it for the bearish ABCD pattern. Well, fantastic, very very fantastic right here. If you see, just have a look at it, you see a 61.8% retracement, and the completion obviously is right here. So now those traders, who looked the market when market gave us this move, and when it was going back for a pullback right here near 61.8% retracement, the traders could enter. The first TP was supposed to be near this. This was the entry. The first TP 61 pips, and obviously the second TP 92 pips. So on the M30 now it is showing that there was a sell opportunity, but at the moment, since it is already missed and we already have seen these bullish ones from here, there is a little bit of blurry image, I should say. And what I personally do in such situation, let's say right now if I'm going to take a decision, what I will be doing is I will say, okay, I did all of the analysis, everyone, it is showing a pullback, a pullback, a pullback, and then I'm going to enter, then I'm going to enter. So right here, if I say I want to buy, it will mean I am not disciplined and I'm not with this particular plan, right? Because as a fantastic support, this can be 3 touches and market obviously can bounce off. So I will say I can make an alternative plan for this, and that alternative plan right here, I don't do anything. I wait either for that zone and then take a sell, or I either wait for a breakout, a retest, and then this particular setup. How I will be able to catch that particular setup? Well, for that, since right now on the 30-minute time frame it says it's further going up, and it can, and if it is going up, is this a sort of a Fibonacci zone? We have to also look at that. Well, yes, sort of. So one can easily say that, okay, if I don't want to be on this sell, I can be on this buy, to the buy side of the market. for this ABCD, right? This is the 61.8 on the M30. This is the third touch, and we have got a very nice pin bar. So if the market drops till here with like 20 pips, you can try to generate around 50-60 pips from this setup. But then we say, okay, where those higher time frame setups are standing at. The higher time frames say it has to drop further, and then we are going to take a buy trade. So if someone say, nah, I'm not interested in these higher time frames and I just want to trade this, and even if someone takes a buy right here, put a stop loss right here, well, I say it's good. Why? Because if you see, if it drops till here around 60 pips and even more than this, around, if it is going to complete this ABCD and following that monthly plan, then obviously the profits will be more than 100 pips. And how much the stop loss? If you take it from here, just around 18 pips of a stop loss, and if it breaks below, don't do anything. We can then trade this particular plan. Very easy this setup is, my friends. You see right here, those who bought made 32 pips easily. Why? We have already, if this touch is already present, why someone will not be taking it? And especially if you are on a ABCD pattern. What I personally will say is, and what my method and discipline is, I will say, now even if I'm going to take a buy, I will be waiting for this 1.14 and then I can plan something. Right here I don't do anything. Then similarly, let's say if someone want to, since we have now this bearish ABCD, so on the lower time frames, euro dollar, most of the traders, retail traders, intraday traders are going to trade it for the on the intraday level. So on the intraday level, well, yes, this 1.14 is going to be the completion. So those who entered from right here, book 58 pips, and also book, like, move your stop loss right here to 1.15 and let the position run till here. If you are stop out, just don't chase the market. So this much simple this particular plan is, and this is how you are going to find trade setups. And when you find a trade setup, what you need to do is you make a trading plan and stick to it. So you can find the link in the iCard above, and you will see that how to, like in that video I discussed how to make a trading plan and then stick to it. So this is it, and this is the right way of trading. See, the bulls are making profits, the bears are making profits, bullish, bearish, everyone is making profits. Only, like, bulls have their own zones, just as I have drawn these levels, and the sellers have their own zones. So on the intraday, let me write it down. On the intraday, like M30, market is pointing down. On the higher time frame, like the M30, M15, M5, okay, then the monthly, weekly and daily and H4, they say a down. So if these time frames are saying a down, we are going to buy on each of these levels, right? We are not going to take a sell, because patience is a very key, like it play a very key role. Now on the scalping side, if I show you on the 5-minute for the scalpers, well, obviously it will be pointing towards, and tomorrow you will see market will be doing these things. It can go up for 32 pips with a stop loss of 18 pips. If someone is willing to take it, take it. Remember everyone, forex trading is like these charts you see, they are like a cricket pitch, right? Sometimes the pitch is hard, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's moderate. So same is this market. Those who then look for a strategy, I think, and I'm sure this is going to be the best one, the ABCD, because the traditional indicators type of strategies, they just give you the entries, the levels you have to find it yourself, right? And how do we find these levels? This is the ABCD pattern and the structure analysis, and I'm sure if you master it, you will be making lots and lots of profits. This was a little educational setup, and I wanted to communicate it to all of you, so that those who have problem understanding the setups, those confusions will be no more. For you, watch several times this video and you will completely understand the concept that I want to convey. Right, my friends, I wish you very good luck for your good future in Forex. I will see you in the next video. Till then, you can like this video, share it in the Forex communities where if you have any, and subscribe the channel. Give me your feedback, comment down below, and my WhatsApp number is given in the description. So if you have any questions, queries, and if you need mentorship, you can contact me on that. For now, mentorship till first, like new classes will start from 1st May, one-on-one Zoom. So I have like pretty much 1 week left, so you can think about it. You can watch some of my previous videos, and if you like the method, just stick with it. Anyways, I'm sharing these things free of cost, right? Take a lot of care of yourself. See you next time. Goodbye.